Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
Welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil blah. Whoa.
You want to try that one again?
You want to, yeah?
No, we don't have to. You can just do it like that.
We're here to talk. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. How are you, Andy?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah?
A little bit of sarcasm.
I'm shot.
Yeah.
It was a long day.
I got a haircut.
You did get a haircut. You looking very dapper.
Thank you.
You're like a dapper Dan, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for that old school wedding look.
I do. It is very similar to how you had your hair done for our wedding.
We should get married again.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Didn't we say we were going to get married like every year?
Yeah. Well, we'll get married again this year. We're coming up on 3 years. I mean, that's a milestone. We may as well
do another wedding, do another honeymoon.
Yeah. Hi.
The dog's back.
The dog's back. She
Hello.
She literally did hide her chew somewhere else in the house.
She just licked my foot.
Yes, she did, because she's a little gross sometimes.
Oh.
But
here, at That Talking Podcast, we have 3 simple rules.
We do have rules. We have rules for the sake of civility. No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You can think about it, but don't do it.
Yeah. Like shoplifting.
I could go down a rabbit hole for that one.
Same. Although I never really curbed myself, admittedly.
No.
I do as an adult, but as a child, I didn't.
One of the podcasts I listen to is always bringing up these news articles about people stealing collectibles and stuff like that. And one of them is just like, stealing is wrong, don't do it. And the other one's like, if you're gonna do it, wait a minute, no, stealing is wrong.
Stealing is wrong. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. But I mean, we're adults and we can make our own choices. I want to talk about something though. So we're not going to talk about food, but we did watch Hot Ones we were watching Hot Ones for a long time last week.
Yeah, we binged quite a bit.
Yeah, we put on we're on a hiatus right now.
So much closer to buying another bottle of the bomb.
No, we're not.
We have had many, many conversations about like, oh, if we were on that show, if we were sitting across from Sean, if we would say this.
What we?
And do that.
I like that you're including a we somewhere, like you got a mouse in your pocket, because I never said anything about
You don't want to go on
this.
that show?
Why would I want to go on that show? I don't do spicy. I don't even like pepper.
Yeah, but you've seen people on there just sit around and talk while he eats the wings.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go on to pussy out.
Oh.
No. I'm pretty sure that they have, they ask, like, what your tolerance for spicy is and everything. And, like, if you say, like, you're a big puss, then, they sort of... They dumb it down for you a little bit, I think. But, like, I can't even handle that.
I love hot food, but I've had the bomb long before I ever saw Hot Ones for the first time.
Yeah.
It is toxic. It is not pleasant. Yeah. It is not flavorful.
Well, I mean, that's my favorite thing about it. Every time that people get to it, they're just like, this is obviously poison.
It is. It really is. You could dilute the shit out of it and it'll still ruin your intestines. But anyway, with that in mind...
But yeah, so while we were watching Hot Ones, we watched an old episode with Kumail Nanjiani on it, and Kumail Nanjiani.
Try one more time.
Am I not getting it right?
A little slower.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I practiced that, so, don't make me second guess myself.
That's the guy he was the lead in Migration?
Yes, he was the voice of Daddy Duck in Migration, and he was the fire starter in Frozen Empire.
And he was Skip Marooch.
Handsome as chef. But he said something on this episode. They were talking about, like, when he was on, what was it, like E4?
It's shaped like a burger.
and he, he said, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something to the extent of, never turn something you love into work. And it was weird because in that moment we both sort of paused and we looked at each other and we said, yeah, but the old adage is that, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
I bet Sean Evans had to think long and hard about that one, especially while he's sitting there downing another da bomb for like the 180th time.
Well, I mean, Sean Evans has said multiple times that he just doesn't like wings anymore.
He doesn't like chicken.
He doesn't like
he's
chicken
done
wings
with
anymore.
chicken.
He doesn't like it anymore.
People bring him wings at the airport. It's just like, oh, try this.
Oh, terrible.
That's gotta be bad.
But I see both sides of that idea. And it's been on my mind.
You want to break it down?
idea that, like, the whole idea that don't turn what you love into work. Let's take that side of it apart for a second.
Okay.
I get it. I get the feeling behind it. The idea that, you can become very jaded, that and I've always said this. I've said this sort of about living in New York City, that I love New York City. But if I were to live in New York City, I know I would grow to hate it.
It's like overexposure.
Exactly,
Yeah.
And I get that idea that, like, if you take something you love and you make it into a job, it becomes obligatory.
Have you experienced any of that?
Have I turned something I love into a job?
Is there anything on your mind like that you want to give as an example?
Basically everything I do.
Okay.
Art. I love art, and I turned it into a job, and I make money off of it. But I don't hate it. And I mean, this has been going on for over a decade now. It's been close to 13 years, actually.
There
at
are
this
bits
point.
of it that, you're not all
but I
gung-ho
mean,
about.
if I were painting as just a hobby, there are still going to be things that I'm going to get frustrated over and things I'm going to get pissed off at and everything like that. Like, it has nothing to do with it being a job.
One of my favorite things that I saw right before we started dating was the time-lapse video you did painting. I think you were doing the tarot cards.
It was, yeah.
And you're just sitting on and you were just surrounded by these mini canvases.
Yeah.
And just hours and hours going by, and you're just going to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a lot of them. And now I'm doing them again, which is even more fun.
They can be yours for $9.99.
No! $9.99. Short sell your wife.
$19.99?
Closer.
$24.99?
Now stop it. But I mean, like, you also
Do they
have
come with
turned...
back scratchers?
You have all... I'm not even going to entertain you right now. You also have turned... things that you love into jobs.
I think I've spent my entire life turning my things into jobs because I've always wanted to take everything I love and make a business out of it.
And that's just it, is that people do that. People say, like, oh, I love doing this. I should find a way to make money off of it.
But it does take its toll because, I mean, prime example right off the top of my head is, we used to own the shooting range here in town.
Yeah.
John graduated college, was looking for a job. He started working for the previous owner, ended up buying the business from him. And, in that 8.5 years, it got to a point, I mean, like, you see how often I go shooting now. It's because, it's, we had all the time in the world to do it while we were on the clock.
Yeah.
And even then we didn't really do all that much of it unless we were testing something out or cleaning something or doing whatever. It's just like, but it got to a point where it's like, we do this all day, every day. And what was once a fun hobby for us has just kind of become like, well, now we associate every bit of it with like, it's not as much fun because we're not really doing it for ourselves. We're doing it to make, like, we're doing it for a living.
But where, I don't understand what sops the fun out of it. Where does the joy go?
I mean, part of it is the fact that, you have access to it, at the drop of a hat. Like, you can just go and do it. And you think, if I don't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it the next day, or whatever it is. Other times, it's, I'm just not feeling it today.
But that can be said of anything.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
hobbies and work alike.
I turned trading cards into a business. I remember about 12 years ago is when I sold my childhood collection of trading cards. And I kicked myself ever since because I grossly undersold everything, and I wish I hadn't. But I made a promise to myself to get it all back. I spent the last 5-6 years I got it all back, and then some. And then I realized, just like with guitars, same thing. I realized that the collectible things, the things in my life that I like to collect, retain enough of a resale value. And I remember it's like when I sold my first high-end guitar, because I realized that I could get more for it than what I paid for it. And it was all downhill from there with the guitars and with the cards, because I would get something that I like, that I knew I wanted just to be able to have and admire.
Yeah.
And then a day, a week, a month later, I'd turn around and I'd sell it because I'm like, oh, I can net a profit off of this. And then that just financed the next one and the next one and the next one.
Yeah.
And after a while, everything stopped being fun because it was all about work and the money-making aspect of it. And I grew to lose interest in what I had initially loved about it.
Do you think that that's what he meant when he said, don't turn something you love into work?
Well, I mean, I think I took it to an extreme.
Yeah.
I still get enjoyment out of guitar collecting and trading card collecting. I still get things for myself that I, want to hang on to. And I've always said to people, it doesn't matter what it was. I've said to people, like, if I really want another one, I'll get another one at some point. I've done that. Mm-hmm. I've sold a guitar, said to myself, I shouldn't have done that. And then years later,
You've gotten guitars back that were yours.
Yeah.
That's a feat.
I made the mistake of selling a sentimental guitar, and I tracked it down. It took me 4 or 5 years, but I got it back.
It. That's
and I
crazy.
took you both along for the ride.
Yeah, so we both went and we sat in the car for an hour.
And now it hangs on the wall downstairs.
But I don't know. Maybe it's a certain frame of mind, because as much work as I put into the things that I do, regardless of the fact that they are things that I love, I still put a monumental amount of work into it, particularly if it is work. If it is something that, I'm on a deadline for, or I have been commissioned for, or I have plans to sell and everything, I always have a deadline for these things. So it's not like I'm just, oh, well, I think I feel like doing something today. Like, it's work, and you've seen it. It's a lot of work sometimes. Most times.
I almost went your route in 2016. Because the flip side to this conversation is, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Mm-hmm. I so desperately wanted to be able to make a living doing something that I love, that I could never get tired of. And so at the time, I saw that you could buy these guitar kits from some Chinese website or whatever it was for like $150 a pop, and everything you needed was in there. The wood, the hardware, the electronics, everything. You paint it and put it together. Okay? And I thought to myself, wonder if there's an interest, if there's intrigue, if there's a market for like a local market. I could give every one of my friends who's looking for a custom guitar exactly what they want. And I realized how much work actually has to go into it, and how much time and effort you have to put in to making all those custom modifications.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that, certain people want certain things and they want them very specific. There's a lot of brand loyalty when it comes to that sort of thing. So, I mean, why is somebody going to buy a cheap piece of crap with really lousy wood off of me when they can go to the store and get a professionally made, whatever? Mm-hmm. And I gave up very quickly because I realized that there's a lot of competition out there, and as much as I was never going to be able to sustain.
I have been professionally, according to the IRS, I've been an artist for almost 13 years now, and I still can't sustain. I can't sustain on that alone.
Would be nice.
It would be nice. It will be nice.
Yeah. That's the attitude.
That's the attitude, right? That's what I'm saying.
The
is
attitude.
That I have yet to lose a single drop of joy when it comes to creating. There are projects I love more than others. There are projects that I get bored of. There are projects that I regret starting. Definitely.
The Walker?
Yeah, well, that's another story altogether. But, I never once have I ever just gotten to a point where I'm just like, I don't want to paint anymore. It sucks. It sucks that I chose to do this, because now it's just work and there's no joy in it for me anymore. It must be a frame of mind kind of a thing, because I am more leaning towards the idea that do what you love, quote unquote, and you'll never work a day in your life. But a huge but here. If you do what you love and you want it to be your work, you are going to work 9 times more and 10 times harder than you would at any other job in your life. I have, in the last decade, I have spent the majority of my time working for myself. I've spent the majority of those days working. I know that people see the idea of, oh, you're a creative, you work from home, you work for yourself, you do this, you do that, and everything. And it's like, people seem to think that it's very just blasé. It's very, just laid back and all of this. I'm like,
they
no,
have a preconceived notion.
I'm working 14 hours a day doing all of this stuff, and my body has paid the price for it. Mm-hmm. My body has paid the price for it. My mental well-being has taken a nosedive because of the stress that I am under a lot of the time. But the fact of the matter is that I wouldn't trade a day of it. I fucking love being able to do this, and I'm gonna do it until my hands fall
You're
off.
Running an independent business.
I am.
Just because it's not in a brick and mortar location doesn't make it any less legitimate.
I mean, that's the whole thing, is that, people think that, well, you work for yourself, you work from home, you set your own schedule. It's like, yes, and my schedule starts as soon as I wake up, and it ends usually around the time I go to sleep.
When we still had the store, John was married to that place.
Yeah.
He got burnt out so quickly because of how involved he had to be, because if a cable goes down, he's got to get it replaced. Mm-hmm. If the ATF wants to do an audit, he's got to be there.
Yep.
If, the place needs to be cleaned, or somebody needs to come in and pick up the lead, or, any one of another million, or if the alarm goes off, like, he made it out to sound like a 24-hour-a-day responsibility.
Yeah.
And, I think part of that is what got him to lose it. I mean, we all got burnt out to, varying degrees. But we still enjoyed what we were doing.
Yeah.
I certainly took a lot of pride and a lot of enjoyment in being part of the family business.
Yeah.
Because it's really what that was. It was my family running an independent, store together.
Yeah.
And if we still had, I certainly would not be working for the post office if we still had that.
Well, you're a part of the family business now. You're a part of my business.
I am a part of
your business. You are a part of my business. You're a big part of it. You're my barker. You bring all the boys to the yard. You're my milkshake.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
You are.
Listen, just because I'm wearing white right now.
You are my hype man, is what you are. And you are brilliant at it, because you are much better at talking to people than I am.
At the tattoo show, I needed something to do other than just sit there and demo out the rainbow guitar.
I warned you, as I have warned so many people before you. Listen, it's a whole lot of wait around.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know what that's like.
Hurry up and
but
wait is what it is.
I am also.
It's not exciting.
I'm really good at just out of necessity, just finding things out of nowhere to occupy myself. And I saw boxes upon boxes of your old business cards and, postcards and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm going to stand out here and just hand these out like free samples.
Yeah. And you did a beautiful job.
I ran around that convention center just dropping them on tables.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's from New York Inc. Hey, maybe he'll come check us out. Hey, look, it's Joe, the guy that we always get tattooed by. Maybe he's on the back of one of these.
He is on the back of one of those, which was the funniest realization. I honestly completely forgot about those. I didn't think I still had them. But I don't believe that either one of these adages, if we want to call them that, I don't think either one of them is really accurate. I don't think the idea that, you'll never work a day in your life. It's like, I understand the connotation. It's like, oh, you'll never hate what you're doing. It's like, yes, you will.
People are afraid.
You absolutely fucking will.
People are afraid of hard work. They're afraid.
Yeah, what the fuck?
There's so many people that are just afraid to allow themselves to fully delve into what they're doing and devote a certain amount of themselves and their time and their energy. They're afraid of it because they perceive it to be all-consuming, and they think that if it's going to be all-consuming, then it's going to consume every bit of your life, and that doesn't have to be the case. We're all in charge of our own decisions, our own whatever. Like,
it's the beauty of being an adult.
Yeah. Like, I remember it wasn't the beginning of COVID. It was like a year in. Almost a year in is when I got it. And I'm like, okay, I'm stuck at home. I can't go anywhere, or I shouldn't go anywhere and do anything. And that's when, especially collectibles and trading cards were really, like, taking off. Like, that's when you heard stories about people getting in fist fights and shootings at, like, Walmart and Target parking lots over,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
the latest Pokemon release. Oh, yeah, it was going on. And meanwhile, I'm sitting at the kitchen table with a stack of envelopes and rolls upon rolls of stamps, just making up orders and sending them out. And, you know, because I wasn't going anywhere and doing anything, that was taking up all day, because I was also updating the inventory. So it's like I'm pulling out all cards from all different boxes and sets and typing in each individual one and trying to find what set it's from. And this took hours upon hours of organizing and sorting. And after a few days of that, it's just like, this is something I used to enjoy as a kid, and now it feels like a job.
But why does the idea that it feels like a job, like, for someone who takes such pride in doing a good job, right? Like, what is the problem with something feeling like work?
Because the thought in my mind at the time, and I remember this, it feels to me like the people that I'm catering to, the people that I'm selling this product to, are getting more enjoyment out of this than I am. Because I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too. I'm trying to make money off the product, but I'm also trying to indulge in it when I want to and have fun and be nostalgic and things like that. And you can have it both ways, but it's a tough balancing act.
I agree. I think I have I think I have a similar problem. Not the same problem, obviously, but a similar problem, because every once in a while I will create something that I absolutely love, and the idea of having to sell it is just, it's gut-wrenching sometimes. I created this skate deck, that's one of the biggest things that I do now, is I make the skate decks with the tattoo flash on them. And I made one that was completely different. And it was this full print galaxy, like this Northern Lights kind of print. And I did the symbols for the platonic solids, the air, fire, water, earth, and spirit. And there are symbols for them. They're geometric shapes that I embossed into it. And it was so different from anything else that I had made in so long. And and I was like, well, I made it. I should put it up for sale. And after about a year, it was bought. And actually a friend of mine bought it. So that was nice, because I knew who it was going to. So it was like, I
remember where
I know that it's going somewhere. And then about, I think it was probably like 6 or 7 months after he bought the deck, his wife surprised him by putting trucks and wheels on it.
Bitch.
And I was like, oh my God. And he sent it to me and he said, I am so sorry, but I'm going to skate this. And I'm like,
that's when you
motherfucker.
That's when you buy it back for half the cost.
And like, I get it. I will never have control of what happens to my pieces once they're out of my hands. I've never seen where they go. They're just out in the ether and everything.
It's kind of like us on a Friday night.
It's just, and it's just like, there's nothing I can do about it. I have to trust that, it's going to someone who at least enjoys it, who will get enjoyment out of it. And yes, like, it's a skate deck, but I created it as a piece of artwork, and I like that he at least got in touch with me and was like, I'm so sorry.
You want them to appreciate it as much as you did.
Yes. But it was just, it was a little heartbreaking, that one, because that took a lot of time. The other one was, I created this skate deck for someone.
This isn't the koi fish, is it?
No, the koi fish was...
Did you finish that?
I did a koi fish a few years ago.
The one you were working on at the convention. That's still in there?
Yeah.
At this point, you might as well just keep that.
Well, I mean, eventually I will finish it.
Yeah.
But I created this deck that it was all everything I do is hand painted, but I stenciled real size stickers, band stickers, for all of these bands that were on a mix CD between a friend of mine and myself and everything. You know, we would send each other songs back and forth and everything, like, oh my God, listen to this and everything. And it sort of created a playlist. And I took all of those bands and I found stickers that they had actually printed at some point, and I hand painted them to look like this skate deck was sticker bombed. And it has to be one of the most amazing things I've ever created. Truly. And I mean, the thing I remember it took 94 hours
Holy
to complete.
Shit.
94 hours. My hands were busted after this. I did it over the course of 8 days. Now, do the math on that. That's a lot of hours every day to work on this. And at some point, his girlfriend got a bug up her ass, decided he was not allowed to be my friend anymore. I have that thing could have ended up in a dumpster somewhere.
Stop selling artwork to guys with girlfriends.
I was so, like, that one makes me mad. Because I wanted so badly to be like, listen, if you're both going to be cunts about this, give it back.
Your audience is now officially the single guys or girls.
Apparently, right? Oh, God. It's just, but I look at photos of that deck and I'm just like, this was fucking beautiful.
You want to hear a good story?
And I'm still proud of myself for creating that, regardless of the fact that it was a lot of work.
So downstairs, I have a Gibson Voodoo Les Paul.
Yeah, you do.
Which you like.
I fucking love it.
I've always had an affinity for that series. In 2013, I finally got my first one. Mm-hmm. Because I'd always wanted one ever since I played one in high school. Somebody had one. It's just like, I got to get one. I finally got one for what I felt was like a reasonable price. And, God, how long did I got it in November. I think I sold it in February because I'm not a Les Paul guy. I've never been a Les Paul guy.
Yeah.
I don't like the body curve. It hurts my wrist. Okay, I've always been a Flying V guy, mainly because of the look, but also because of it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
Guitar players will understand that. But I found a guy who had a Voodoo Flying V who was willing to straight up trade for it.
Yeah.
So I traded him the Les Paul for the V. As soon as he gets the Les Paul, what does he do? He pieces it out.
Oh.
He dismantled the entire thing and sold it bit by bit. He sold the tuning heads.
Chop shop?
He sold the bridge. He sold the pickups. He sold the body with nothing in it. He sold the case. These cases were specific to this line. They only did this a limited run for 3 years. And I was like, oh, I should have just kept it because I recorded the Brothers Keeper EP with that.
Yeah.
I didn't play many shows. Actually, I think I only played one Two-Fisted Law show, but I, had it in the studio.
Well, you said how heavy it is.
So over the years, I had got a few more of them, sold some, bought some. Ultimately, I got this because they jumped in price. Now, this takes us back to what we were talking about earlier. The stuff that I typically maintain an interest in retains enough of a value to where I can make a little money off of it.
Yeah.
So I've always sold the higher end guitars and made money, bought other stuff, other, toys here and there. But over time, the Voodoo series in particular skyrocketed in price. So what was initially a $700 guitar 11 years ago is now like a $1,500 to $2,000 guitar.
I will be sad when you sell that.
Well, I'm trying not to. But that one downstairs, I managed to get for about $700 because the neck was completely split in half.
The neck was split in half?
It was
I thought the headstock was falling off.
It was split like at the joint. Oh. Like from the neck. Like when I got it and I opened the case, the headstock was dangling off.
Yeah, I know. The headstock was hanging on literally by a string.
Yeah.
Literally by a string.
And all it took me was some wood glue and a couple of clamps.
Yeah.
And 24 hours later, it's good as new.
I love
Still
that
heavy as shit, just
I
like
love it though. It's so beautiful.
But that is what makes it come full circle because, as I always say, if I want another one, I'll get another one.
I know.
And I got another one, and there it is.
Yeah.
And I could probably sell that and make some money, but you know what? I did that already, and I'm not doing it again. Because I don't want to have to hunt another one down.
Yeah.
Because that'll feel like work.
And that's just it, is that, you know, I mean, we both have day jobs. We both have jobs that and I don't dislike my job, but it is something that I wish I didn't have to do.
I'm just glad I'm not, like, fascinated by mail.
Well, I'm glad you're not fascinated by mail, too, because I worry about you going to, like, you know, try and stick stamps all over my butt or something one day.
Have I ever...
So you're gonna turn it into some weird fetish.
I'm gonna try and like overnight you to Timbuktu.
You're gonna mail me to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah. I'm just gonna stick you in the blue box. What were we watching?
That was How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. No questions asked.
Right.
I don't, but like the things that my job is a lot of work. It's very stressful, and I wish I didn't have to do it. But
same.
Even if I didn't do it anymore, and the day will come, hooray, hooray for Chef Boyardee, the day will come when I don't have to do it anymore, and I will spend those 14 hours a day working on my art to make money off of.
It has always bothered me that we cannot, not that we can't, but like it's very unlikely, as people will always say, that you could make a career out of something artistic.
You can.
It's possible. It's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but it is.
It comes down to how you present yourself.
Yeah, it's difficult also depending upon the lifestyle that you choose to live. You know, it's like...
You hear all these wild stories, like, oh, I was starving in my car and living on, like, 12 cents a day until, you know, somebody discovered whatever. Like
I make money regularly and pay taxes regularly on my artwork. But it is not enough to sustain me as a full-time career yet. I do shows, I sell online, I have my artwork hanging at Coat of Arms now. Anyone in the Bethel area of Connecticut, Coat of Arms Tattoo Gallery features my artwork.
Hi, Eric.
Thank you, Eric, and Aubrey and Joe. And, you know, I mean, like, I'm working towards the ultimate goal of being able to sustain myself. And in a way, I think that makes all of the work worth it. So it's like, I'm not doing what I love and I'm never going to work a day in my life. I'm going to work 50 times fucking harder to make sure that I am able to do this every day. To make sure that I can sustain myself on this because I want that. That is my goal. That is my penultimate right there.
You know, I remember the days back when I was so desperate for people to come see my bands that I'd be on Facebook clicking invite to every individual person on my friends list, like sending them the invite to the event page because I wanted everyone to see it, and then creating fake accounts and then sending it to them from them too. And it's just like, get it in front of as many eyes as possible. I mean, that was like, 15 years ago.
But that was the hustle. That was the hustle back then.
Or going everywhere and posting up flyers all over town or all over the high school or whatever. And it's just like, because it's another one of those things that people think is so unrealistic. Like, your band's never... I have my friends of mine now that tell me, your band's never going to make it. Your band's never going to make it. I'm like,
those aren't very nice friends.
Not with that attitude.
Those aren't really nice friends. That's a bad friend.
Like, I've heard people say that, like, what was it? Frank Sinatra or Elvis, like, paid girls to faint and scream and shit when they sang. Like, we gotta find some, like, people to come and, throw their panties on the stage while we play.
I've put my panties in your pocket,
and I've worn them on stage, not on my like.
You did have them slung around your belt.
Yes,
you did, Yeah.
I should get a few more of those.
Yeah.
Actually, there they are, right there.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
I have them hanging like a beautiful piece of art, like a conquest.
That is a trophy right there.
Well, yeah, so are you.
Oh, babe. But I don't like the idea of solidifying the idea, like putting it in stone that like don't do what you love for work.
Listen, Rhodey and I were having a very long conversation about this last night because something that we both noticed is that, when you're trying to give a bit of yourself to an audience, okay, regardless of who that entails, okay, there's a certain amount of charisma that you actually have to have. You have to find a way to connect with people. You have to find a way to make them care about you and what you're doing and what you're not necessarily trying to sell, but trying to impart, trying to expose them to. This is what I do. This is what I'm all about. This is what I'm producing. How like it, I mean, I've played to the stuff that I've wanted to play for years and years and years to my friends, to people who never have necessarily been into my music. They just come to the shows because they're my friend and it's like, okay, we're going to go support our friend. But in doing that, we're playing to the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Is there a crowd out there for what we do? It doesn't matter what band it is, but, sure, maybe this isn't the right place for it. But then, conversely, maybe we're playing the wrong kind of music.
You think that maybe you need to pander?
I've always thought so. Like, I have no problem doing that. I get way more enjoyment now out of playing what I know people want to hear. And performing it for them.
Yeah.
Like if somebody goes up to if you and I didn't know each other and you were just like, go up there and play Dua Lipa. I'm like, okay, that's what she wants to hear. That's what's gonna make her dance. And I have gone out there and played Dua Lipa.
And I have shake it. I fucking love when you play Dua Lipa.
Like if somebody said to me, go play Justin Timberlake or go play, Lizzo or whoever, fucking whatever's on the radio, right? Whatever's popular.
Fucking, I got a list for you.
Like Harry Styles or fucking whatever. Yeah. Like, I don't know any of that stuff off the top of my head, but I'll go learn it.
Sure.
Like if that's gonna put money in my pocket and then afford me the ability to go and do the stuff that I want to do, why not?
Do you think that if you were to, let's say if you were to do that, if you were to become like a cover artist to an extent, do you think that you would grow to hate it?
I've always wanted to be in a cover band.
You want to start a cover band? We can start a cover band, you and me, baby.
Always wanted to do, but see, there's always this stigma with like, cover bands. Look at the Zoo. The Zoo makes money just doing covers. Wedding bands make money just doing covers. Is that selling out? You're damn right it is. Selling out every night.
Ooh, I like that.
Like, look at what, popular musicians did 40, 50, 60 years ago. Mm-hmm. They played what was popular because it garnered people's interest.
Yeah.
And then it made people care about the stuff that they were doing.
If you are not producing a sellable product, then your product will not sell, period. And that's why, I've seen artists of all kinds who they don't concede their vision necessarily, but they understand that you can't sell it to every crowd.
Like this podcast is a product. This is something that you and I are producing. And we're putting out there in the hopes that people will connect with it.
Pass it on.
Why not?
Because eventually we would like to make money off of this again, so we don't have to go to work anymore.
Exactly.
But this is a lot of work. We put a lot of work into this and everything, and anyone who has started a podcast knows it's a lot of work.
Your average listener has no idea what editing,
it's true.
Like what it takes to edit something.
I used to sit when I was modeling full time. I would tell people that. People are like, "Oh, you just lie there. You just lie there and you pose and you do this and you that."
Yeah,
I'm like,
okay.
You fucking have no idea
what a photo shoot is like.
What a photo shoot is like. It is hot. It is grueling. It is backbreaking. It's long and tiring. You have to know that there are certain things that you cannot do with your joints. If you stand in certain positions, you can pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people don't know that offhand. So to say, you know, like, oh, you just, you know, you sit in front of a camera, and it's just like, well, thank you, fuck you too. You know, and that's just it. But the product, it's the product and the production of a product that you are just so proud of, you know, that makes the work so worth it. And that's why I do not believe for 1 second that you should avoid doing what you love.
People don't know what goes into making a band do a performance.
It's true.
You have weeks upon weeks and hours upon hours of practice, which means making sure everyone's schedules sync up together, that you can get them all in the same room, and that you can get them all to learn the material in a relatively short amount of time, and be able to work together as a cohesive unit and put out all the flyers and the invites and this and that and the other thing, and make up their merch and be on the social media and go out there and perform and buy all the gear and lug all the gear. And if there's lights or lasers or smoke machines or whatever else Tom likes to set up for his Halloween shows going on, I mean, there's and of course my fan.
And of course your fan.
Listen, I'm beyond sweating at this point.
I mean, not to mention the actual writing and creating of the music to play.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, remember that part?
Oh yeah.
The actual creative part. Yeah.
I should start doing that again.
It is a lot of work to be a creative. It is a lot of work to be a creative.
Which a lot of naysayers take for granted.
And I think that you and I are probably going to end up starting a cover band now.
Okay.
Cool.
You and me, baby.
Nice.
All the way.
Yeah. As long as we don't grow to hate it.
You want to do Dua Lipa first?
We could.
You could bring back disco.
I'd like to bring back disco. Okay. I'd like some support out there in podcast land. Bring back disco. That's gonna be my campaign. It's gonna be called Disco Again.
Maybe you should join the roller derby team.
I lost my coordination in high school.
Listen,
when I stopped doing ballet.
I would love to see you knock some girls over. Yeah.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
This was fun.
This was fun. You know, again, it's one of those things that, you know, we're doing what we love. We are spending our time putting a lot of work and effort into doing the things that we love in an effort to make sure that we can continue to love doing them.
Are you going to get right to work as soon as we're done with this?
Probably, yeah.
God damn it. There goes my night. Hey, anybody out there doing anything tonight?
Well, but I like this. This was a good talk. Yeah. This was a very good talk.
We got some stuff out there.
We got some stuff out there. You know, and here come the plugs. Ready? November 15th, 16th, and 17th, the Addicted to Ink Tattoo and Horror Convention in White Plains, New York. We will be there. We will be there all weekend with Love Hard.
Passing out stickers.
We got buttons.
Back scratchers.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll bring the wristbands and the sunglasses. Why the fuck not? Yeah. A whole lot of brand spanking new artwork. Not to mention all of the merchandise and everything that we will have there. Find Love Hard on social media. _Love Hard Art. On Instagram and Twitter. Beware the Twitter. There are boobies on it. Just saying. You know, NC7. My social media for that tends to be NC17.
And again, that is when?
That is November 15th, 16th, and 17th of this year. Coming up. Okay. Very excited. Also, find, again, Love Heart Art hanging on the deck and the walls of the brand new tattoo studio in Bethel, Connecticut, Coat of Arms Tattoo Gallery. Very excited for that to be up and running, finally.
Hi, Eric.
What do you have to plug? You got some shit coming up, too.
August 16th and 17th, Rat's Nest Run-In in East Durham, New York.
Hell yeah.
At the Blackthorn Resort.
You got two bands going to be there.
Yeah, Tax Collectors and Harlots and the Strangers and Harlots.
Strangers and Harlots, that's going to be it.
Both be performing both days at the hottest rat rod show in upstate New York.
It is a lot of fun. And I mean, you're talking rat rods, burlesque,
Pinup
live
contests.
music, pinup contests,
Burnout pits,
lots of drinking,
barbecue.
Oh yeah, the barbecue and
free breakfast.
And it's a good time. It's a good time. It's a nice time up in the Catskills for sure. Definitely check that out.
There were ducks too.
There were ducks.
Yeah, I took pictures and I brought them to you.
It was good stuff.
Yeah.
What else do we have going on? What else we got going on?
I got a nice long break until August 15th.
You do have a little while to go. So we're gonna take that time to work on this cover band, obviously.
Both bands have their own covers to work on. We can do that, All
right.
On our vacation.
We'll do that on our vacation. We do have vacation coming up too. That's
right.
gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
Find us on social media.
DT Andy
and JJ Star with
2
R's on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Love Hard Art.
Yes, Love Hard Art.
Tax Collectors and Harlots. The Strangers. Oh man, we are a part of so much shit. Got our hands on a lot of pots.
We really do.
I was just saying to somebody the other day, I was saying to Sarah when I was at Cherry Street, I'm like, before you know it, I'm gonna end up joining a third band.
You almost joined
and probably a fourth one.
You almost did.
Yeah, because I'm a glutton for punishment.
No, you just you like having your shit out there.
I literally joined.
You're like me. You like having your shit out there.
I joined a second band just so I could play more. You're welcome.
We also have the OnlyFans, right? It's JJ Star and Downtown Andy.
Both
on OnlyFans. Check that shit again for the 18+ crowd.
Mine's the 21+ crowd.
Yours is a 21+ crowd?
Yeah, I don't want any 18 and 19-year-olds.
I know what 18, 19-year-olds look at, and I'm sure that I'm part of that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Those are our plugs for today. Thank you again for listening.
Mine are up here.
Thank you again for listening to That Talking Podcast. We will be back next time. And in the meantime, get in touch with us. You can go to our website, thattalkingpodcast.buzzsprout.com. And when you look at the episode list, there is a little link there that says send us a text message. And you can do that now. Send us your questions, your comments, your concerns, suggestions for future conversations that maybe you would like to join in on.
You can't miss me. I'll be the guy dressed head to toe in navy blue driving a big red, white, and blue truck.
Oh, thank you, Andy, for our theme song, The Gee.
Thank you for being you.
Me?
You.
Me? Oh, boy.
You are a coyote.
I am a coyote. On that note, again, I'm JJ Star.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
And we will talk to you later.